and welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. I'm your host, Genevieve, and we've got some great stories to start off your new year. First up, let's talk about streaming. NBCU, Fox, Paramount, and Warner Bros. Discovery have decided to come together to develop the future of streaming measurement. So basically what we've been doing for almost 75 years, but for streaming. This means that these four companies will be able to give you ratings on the metrics they want to show. And it also means that one is going to come out on top and one is going to come out on bottom, a direct consequence of their choices. The Joint Industry Committee is planning on enabling cross-platform measurement solutions, which will be announced on March 1st, and the public will be updated on progress on April 25th, with a goal of having solutions ready to be implemented by 2024 in mind. The four major TV networks are looking to become leaders as it relates to servicing advertisers, agencies, and consumers, as it becomes a more and more competitive space over the years. They are aiming to expand membership to even more streaming services such as Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, and Disney. But signing them on will most likely be the difference between life and death of the measurement tool's success, considering that they're so heavily used by consumers. Outside of measurement, 2023 will be an interesting year for streaming in terms of the content that's coming out of each platform. Streaming services have been paying aggressive amounts of money for production and licensing, which obviously is not sustainable as they continue to attempt to grow. This means it will be sort of a Mod Podge project of some really good and some really bad content released. Perfect timing to show how your platform ranks with consumers. Next up, let's get into Instagram and surprise, surprise, another feature they have decided to sunset after what seems to be not enough time in the testing environment. We've talked about all of the shopping goals Instagram has had over the past few years, and sadly the adoption of their shopping tab has some results left to be desired. Obviously during COVID, people thought that online shopping would be the wave of the future, with nothing causing people to go back into stores. Well, they were incorrect. The growth rate of online shopping has slowed to what it was before COVID, so still growing, just not as fast as we thought it would post-lockdown. Maybe it's just me, but I think this may be one of the only times that I've seen Meta admit that they overestimated the growth potential of one of their features. But I guess when you fire so many employees, you have to have some reason to give them. Instagram is keeping the door open since live shopping has been so popular in Asian markets. But sadly, those trends don't always translate to Western markets. Better luck next time, Instagram! Third up, let's discuss a few campaigns that have a huge focus on women. Recently, we've seen two ad campaigns that are celebrating women in hugely different ways. M&M's has created a campaign to bring together the female spokes candies before International Women's Day on March 8th. Following the QR code, consumers can submit a trailblazing woman in their lives to potentially be featured on M&M's platforms and maybe even receive grant funds. Now, I am all for women's empowerment and highlighting women who deserve it. But am I the only person who thinks it's weird that they had to use their universe of characters rather than the real women who are out there making a difference? In contrast, for years, AT&T has been releasing ads featuring real women who have made a difference in the company. They're looking to inspire other women to reach for their dreams, and they're using real, human, female trailblazers to do it. All in all, take this as a lesson that people connect with people. When someone can relate to the person speaking in the ad, it entices them more to step up and take action. Our last story today is a tale of three companies that have tried to differentiate their content, but maybe leaned a bit too far into the most recent trends. As we continue our journey deeper into the social media era, companies are doing everything they can to maintain relevance, even if it's at the detriment of its dignity. The first of these three campaigns is Sport Clips. As the ASMR fan club continues to grow and grow, Sport Clips has begun to give it a try on its own social media. In streaming ads, they've been immersing the viewer in the company's newly revamped multi-sensory MVP haircut. Granted, this did increase their brand awareness by 15%, so go use Sport Clips. But also, they may have strayed a bit too far from the core service, which is a haircut, not a spa day. The second campaign is one led by Tito's Vodka, which is desperately trying to combat the sales loss during dry January. In the spot, icon Martha Stewart is seen using Tito's around the house in less than normal ways. DIY January, as they've coined it, shows Martha cleaning and cooking with the vodka brand, and then giving up in favor of a martini. This is a super clever way to show people the other ways the products can be used, especially when people may be on a hiatus from buying alcohol. It certainly is attention-grabbing, but maybe not the best influence. Finally, Chipotle is targeting Gen Z and millennials, shocking, with a new line of lifestyle bowls and a new Snapchat lens. I'm all for promoting health and wellness, but first off, a Snapchat filter is a fleeting campaign idea as more and more people get rid of the app. And second off, the lifestyle bowls are just rebranded regular bowls with specific diet-based names. Yes, many people are focused on weight loss at the beginning of each year, but Chipotle hasn't changed anything to make their food more healthy. They've just come up with more names for the bowls people were already ordering. Take these examples as a warning that leaning into trends is good sometimes and definitely in moderation. That's all for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you all next week. The 4 major TV networks are looking to become leaders as it relates to service Wait, what? The first of these campaigns is sports clips. Sport clips.